party's over.
The party isn't over. It's never over. Today we are talking about Dororo on Manga Anime Talk. Dororo. This is an anime that just recently finished. 24 episodes.
Well, first you should know that it's a remake.
It is from a manga back in the 60s and an anime back at that time. It's been made as a movie, as a video game. It's a story that's been told time and time again.
Classic.
And now it's back in 2019 with an all-new original anime that finishes by the end of the season. What's it about, Jordan?
Okay, so it starts out with this land and the head samurai of the land, Lord Daigo. He wants to take care of his people, but they come up on hard times.
Things are not going well.
Things are not going well, their crops aren't growing. He's desperate to save his people and save his land. So he goes to this ominous building.
The Hall of Hell.
The Hall of Hell, and he makes a deal with 12 demons. And he says...
It may have been more than 12, wasn't
No,
it?
I think it was 12.
Oh, okay.
And he says, if you provide nourishment for my people and we thrive and we prosper, you can take anything that you want from me.
He makes a deal with the devils.
Makes a deal with the devils. His wife is pregnant and is getting ready to give birth to their son.
And so she gives birth to him.
And he doesn't come out looking normal. He is simply just a skeleton.
So the demons take everything.
The demon took everything.
They take his
from him.
skin, his body parts. He's just a mass. The help in the castle has one job: to dispose of this body. And of course, she blew it.
She blew it. So she didn't dispose of him. She put him in a boat and let him sail away.
Basically, to give him a chance. Let fate decide what happens next. Years later, Hyakkimaru, this baby, Hyakkimaru, is back. And he's slaying demons because he wants his body back. Every time he slays one of the demons, he gets a body part back.
He has no eyesight, obviously. So what he sees is people's, I guess you could say people's auras.
Oh, Hyakki vision?
Yeah, but if it's a demon, it comes up red. So he's just learned to fight and use that to his advantage.
And this little girl, I think we can say that.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
This little girl, Dororo, meets up with him, and she decides that she's gonna...
She wants to follow him on this adventure that he's going on because...
She's got nothing better to do.
She is kind of an orphan, doesn't really have any family or anything, so she's like, I'll follow this guy, I'll go on this journey with him. So Hyakkimaru and Dororo team up and they go on this venture to...
kill demons and he retrieve his body. However, of course, as he kills the demons, the land starts not doing so well, and Daigo and his new son, Tahomaru, get wind that Hyakkimaru is defeating these demons, essentially causing their kingdom to collapse. So what are they gonna do? They gotta take out Hyakkimaru, and Hyakkimaru will let nothing stand in his way. And thus is our very fascinating adventure. Now, before we get into our review of everything, of course, we're going to talk about the theme songs.
Oh.
Now, this anime is split into two cores, which basically means two halves. It's two parts. We have two different themes for each core. So, the first theme, Party is Over. How would you score it?
God tier. 10 out of 10.
I would also give it a 10. This theme song is phenomenal.
It's really good.
Alternately, in the second half, we have the other theme song. How would you score that one?
0 out of 10.
I would also give it a 0. What the hell were they thinking?
They set the bar so high with the first theme song and then they just blew it.
Now, let's talk about what we thought about the anime. Positives.
I really liked the storyline of this anime. I thought it was really fun and original, and anything that has demons involved, I'm into.
You also said that you liked the art style.
I do like the art style, and I feel like this kind of paid a little bit of tribute to like very traditional anime Japanese art.
The colors were muted.
Yeah.
Sort of dark, at least for most of it.
I think that they did a really, excuse me, I'm not done yet. I think they did a really good job at making you, within the storyline, you kind of want to hate Tahumaru. Whatever. You kind of want to hate him because
That's the brother.
he's kind of a dick, but then you feel really sorry for him because it's like, well, what is he supposed to do? But then you're like, why is he trying to kill Hyakkimaru? Like, he doesn't have to try to kill him.
This is one of the very strong points of the story, is that every single character, even the dad, you understand why they do what they do.
I hate the dad.
The dad is just trying to protect for his people, and the sacrifice of one life. It's not like he wanted to kill his son. It was a sacrifice that he made to save his people. And so, in some ways, it was a noble sacrifice. Of course, his later decision to try and take out Hyakkimaru makes you not like him. But you still understand why everybody does what they do. There really isn't anybody who's truly bad, other than maybe Sharkman.
Oh my god! I forgot about
So Sharkman just lives with the sharks, and he feeds people to the sharks because he likes sharks better than people.
But he is like obsessed with the sharks. Throughout watching the anime, you're going on the adventure too with Hyakki and Dororo. It's fun. You're like, oh, here's this new adventure and this new demon that they're gonna fight.
Well, that's the mark of any good series.
And yeah, and then when the party was over,
the party was finally over.
I was like, oh, I'm kind of sad.
Another very positive thing that I liked about this anime is its real world consequences. There is no holding back. There is torture. There is people who die and suffer. Characters that you think, oh, they're going to be good for a while, are dead within one episode. So you don't know if Hyakki and Dororo are going to make it, because they could very well dispose of them. Let's get to the negative.
I have no negative.
Some of the Monster of the Week episodes were not as strong, but
disagree.
there is one particular episode that people have mentioned online that is directed by a certain director whose animation is not good. And you remember I stopped it and I said, "What the heck was it? Is it
when they were walking in the
climbing
forest?
up the hill?" This episode
that was weird.
is considered a very weak episode by everybody. So I would say that whatever that was going on there, they should have cleaned that up. Let's give our scores for Dororo.
You go first. You know what mine's gonna be.
I would give it a 9.5.
Ooh!
I know what you're going to give it, so go ahead and say it.
10.
10. Jordan gives it a 10.
Obviously.
I think that the characters are memorable. This is going to stand the test of time. The story is great. It actually reminds me.
So good.
It reminds me a lot of The Count of Monte Cristo. If you haven't seen the movie or read the book, do so. It's incredible. It's a revenge story, just like this. Every week I enjoyed waiting for it to come out, and I remember the last 2 weeks it was very stressful because you didn't know what was going to happen.
Can we talk about the demon horse?
Oh yes, of course.
The thing you have to understand about Hyakki is he doesn't really talk. He says like 1 or 2 words, and usually it's Dororo. So there's one episode when he says, Dororo, a horse.
Dororo, umada.
And it's very funny.
And he really wants a horse.
He really wants a horse, and boy does he get a horse.
Demon horse.
Demon horse.
The best
ever.
thing that ever happened to anime.
Yeah, and he wrecks shop in one episode.
There's a lot of heart in it. It's very well written. And the cinematography, if you want to call it that, is great. The drawbacks of it are minuscule compared to the greatness of it. I will add, this is a great anime for an anime newcomer.
Yeah!
If you've never seen an anime before and you are looking at something besides the absolute disgusting garbage that Hollywood puts out, this is a good way to get in. It's only 24 episodes. Go for it. We could do a spoiler talk. Spoiler talk. We're gonna discuss some spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, fast forward to a safe spot or just leave.
No, don't leave. Well, we'll talk about the end.
What about it?
Just about how Hyakki and Dororo grows up and she becomes...
And you liked the ending? It was beautiful. So Hyakki and Dororo, Dororo's just too young. There can be no romance there. But of course, doesn't stop the fans from fantasizing. But at the end, Hyakki leaves and comes back several years later, and Dororo is a babe.
She's cutie.
And so it, of course, is implied by Hyakki's dashing look that he's back to take Dororo as his bride. I will say the thing that really bothered me about the ending was Tahomaru dying in the fire with his mom. His mom finally accepts him in last moments and says, "I will never leave you." But I don't think he really did anything wrong. Yes, he could have chose not to go after his brother in such a obsessive way, and maybe that was his big mistake. But I don't think Taho deserved to die. I would have liked to have seen him
Flourish.
move on, because he was already got screwed through his life, and now he just dies. It bothered me.
Another character that I really liked was Hyakki's dad, like the guy who took care of him and like made him his...
Oh, his adopted father.
Yeah, his like fake legs and his arms.
Yes, he was a good character.
And I'm glad that he didn't die because I was worried.
He did die.
No, he didn't. Did he die? How'd he die?
He stayed in the fire and died with...
The mom?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, he did.
I didn't get that.
Only Hyakki escaped. Nobody else left. He stayed behind and died. That's why they have that shot of him saying goodbye. Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yes, he did. I can show you the episode again.
これでやっと
That's it for us today. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, Anike.
Anike.